get those things. You have to get those things on your own. But it depends on the trade, too. Not all trades depend on communication.
Keep going with that. Give me an example of a trade that, because what I think I heard you say was everything's about business. You need to know how to market. You need to know how to sell, which requires being able to communicate with people.
Yeah.
So what is it that you could do where you're not going to have to communicate or do some basic math at least, where you know this is the amount of money I need to charge for this service that I'm giving?
So let's look at Eric, for instance, my stepson that went to commercial diving school.
Okay.
You're right. I mean, he wasn't given much in the way of skill and how to negotiate, let's say, a salary. He was given enough math for the tasks he was doing, which is pretty intense, in all honesty, for what he does.
Certainly.
He was only given the skill to do the task.
Okay.
Not to, market himself for other jobs, not to, negotiate a salary, not to read a contract and understand what it's saying. None of that was included. That he had to learn on his own. I think, in all honesty, in his case, it worked out well.
Okay.
But in the hair world, it's so personal. It's so one-on-one with a person. It's not just negotiating for the job or the contract or the salary, but it's just constant communication all day long with people.
And you think that in a four-year university you would learn more about that?
Yeah.
How?
Ideally, you'd take a program that had communication skills in there.
And if you're not required to do that, why would you do that as a student?
That's a good point.
And so my next question to you is, how is it that you get out of 12 years of schooling, plus kindergarten and possibly preschool, and you don't have any of these skills? Are you claiming that the education system is not doing enough of these things, or are you claiming that the education system is doing a fair job, but the students are not learning the information because they're not actually interested in it, or it's not a matter of survival for them anyway?
It's not a matter of survival, and so it's not part of the curriculum. If I had my way, there'd be more life skills taught before you get out of high school. How do you run a bank account? How do you get your utilities turned on? How do you pay your bills on time? How do you budget for a home? How do you